Welcome to the presentation of my final project for Dr. Fernandez's graphical application development class. This program that I made is the game of Asshole. It's a card game. It's a game I used to play with my friends back when I was working on my first bachelor's degree. So it's kind of a nostalgic whatever to whatever. So when you first start up the game, it's nothing much to it. You start off with 4 players. Somewhat of a nerd, so they're all named after actors, or in the player's case, the head writer of Doctor Who. So when you click deal, it deals out your cards. Now this is a drinking game, hence the beer. There are a few different beers to choose from. There's Bud Light, Corona, Heineken, Blue Moon, Guinness, and if you're really feeling frisky, Jägermeister. And all of this because copyright infringement is fun. So the point of the game is to go around in circles, in a circle, and discard all of your cards. The first person to get rid of all of their cards becomes the president, and the last person remaining with cards becomes the asshole. In the help menu, there's instructions, and it lays out all of the rules of the game. So it also tells you the controls. For the player, you can click and drag on your card to put it into the discard pile. When it's not the player's turn, you can either press this button right over here to play the computer's turn, or you can hit spacebar if you're feeling lazy. There's a hotkey to change what beer you're drinking, control 1 through 6. And to take a drink, you can click on a beer. Now, drinking, the whole reason that there's the beer there is because this is predominantly a drinking game. Typically, whoever the president is gets to choose a rule, but I didn't implement it that way. It was much easier just to implement a random rule. So at the beginning of every hand, it chooses a random rule, and the 4 rules that it can choose from are you can drink on an even card, drink on an odd card, drink on a red card, or drink on a black card. So if it's your turn and you do any of those things, depending on what the rule is, then you will have to drink, and the game will not continue until you take a drink. Now, the idea of the drink is as you drink it, you get drunker and drunker, and the screen gets blurrier, and your cards, you're not able to hold them correctly, so they jump all over the place. So to the point where it becomes really challenging, you can't really see what cards you're putting down. And, see right there, I put down a card, it was my turn, and apparently it's an even card. I don't know what card it was. It looks like a 10 maybe. And then you take a drink, and the game can continue. Now, I implemented a few cheats, one of which is to sober up, so yeah, that was a 10. And so as you go through, the computer will take their turn, and everyone passes until whoever wins that round. And then once the round is through, it clears, and you keep going. It's the player's turn, so I'm going to put down this card, and it goes around until no one's left over. So I'm just going to let myself lose on purpose. I'm just going to keep passing. So I will become the asshole. Alright. So this player right here, which is David, just got rid of their last card. So they will be the president. So we're just going to finish this off. And so David is the president, and because I am the last player playing that still has cards, I am the asshole. So what that means is that at the beginning of the next hand, I will give my best 2 cards, my highest 2 cards, to the president, and the president will give me their lowest 2 cards. So it's going to be harder for me to get rid of my cards. But I also implemented one more cheat, which is to be the president. So if I be the president, now I am the president, and the president is the asshole. So when I click deal, we're going to trade cards. So I'm going to get his 2 best cards, and I'm going to get rid of my 2 worst cards. So my 2 worst cards here, it looks like, are these 2 5s. There's the black 5 and the red 5. So if I click OK, those 5s go away, and now he just gave me 2 kings, which were apparently his highest cards, which isn't that good to begin with. So then you just keep going around and around, and that's about it. So that was my program. Hope you enjoyed it. And